So during the time of this pandemic, I've decided to not railfan and heed my state's orders to stay at home. Therefore, I'm only at home, going to work, and going to get groceries as needed. So not railfanning, I have no new content to really put up. So this video, I've sat and I've planned out for a little while, and I decided to showcase the trains that you can find on Florida's A-Line between Jacksonville and Tampa. Now, the A-Line was mostly a passenger train route, but it still serves pretty much a lot of trains in Florida, whereas most people think the S-Line has a majority of the trains. The A-Line, as a whole from Jacksonville to Tampa, still hosts the majority of Florida's train traffic. So this video, I'll be showing you some of the things that you can get on the A-Line, which includes the Sanford sub, CFRC sub, Carter sub, Lakeland sub, and Tampa Terminal subs. Hope you guys enjoy. Starting north and making our way down, we start just south of Jacksonville on the Sanford sub. Opening up our timetables, we look up south end of Yukon siding at the A655.0, where we catch our first train, Amtrak 98 on its way to New York. 2 miles south on the A-Line south of Yukon siding at the 657 milepost is Orange Park Station. This is the location on the A-Line where there used to be many private passenger cars stored, including this one, the Georgia 300, owned by somebody up in Fernandina Beach, I believe. There used to be many more and there aren't any there now besides this one, but this is always a nice spot to shoot trains coming up or down the A-Line. While I'm here, I find a northbound coal train coming from Orlando. Moving further down the A-Line 98 miles brings us to the CFRC subdivision. This section of the A-Line between DeLand and Poinciana was sold to the Florida Department of Transportation in 2011 for their Sunrail commuter trains. I'm at the milepost A755.4 in Orange City, waiting on a southbound train from CSX's Baldwin Yard en route to CSX's Rands Yard in Sanford. We're on the northern edge of the corridor, and Sunrail doesn't currently go this far. The plan was to go to DeLand, but currently it doesn't look like that's ever going to happen. So the farthest they go is to Berry, which is located right at the south end of Benson Junction, and we'll visit there in a minute.
7 Voting 26, southbound on the main track, got a clear signal on City DD, CSXC engine 8368 headed southbound.
Just north of Orange City and south of DeLand, where the corridor starts, is Lake Beresford. If you saw a recent video of mine, I mentioned that Amtrak 52 had derailed. This is the exact spot where the train had derailed. Luckily for me, it wasn't this time that I was there. There's no word yet on the cause of the derailment, and I'm sure investigations are still going on. Continuing our move south, we come to the south end of Benson Junction. This is a small siding used to meet trains and service a Conrad Yelvington Rock facility. This is also the furthest north on the CFRC that the double track goes, and is also the furthest north station currently served by Sunrail. Here we see the northbound counterpart of M740 heading north on its way to Baldwin. South over the Lake Monroe drawbridge is Sanford, where the old ACL Rand's Yard is. This is also where Amtrak's Auto Train station is, as well as the Sanford Sunrail station. Back in 2019, this is where M740 would terminate at from Baldwin, and 0743 to Baldwin originated. There are currently 3 locals that are also based out of here. A766, the Aloma Branch and D-Land local, A784, which is the yard job that works the yard, and A780, a Sanford to Taft rock shuttle. Conrad Yelvington Distributors also works out of Rand's Yard. Moving down the CFRC sub, we come to Winter Park. This beautiful area features many walking places, shops, has ample parking, good food, and the train watching is always great. Before the Sunrail days, during this time of CSX, this was called the north end of Double Track, where here the double track singled up and continued north to Jacksonville with your occasional siding. Now, the track still singles up here, but it doubles up again at the control point known as Maitland at the Maitland Sunrail station north of us. If you're wanting to get Sunrail or Amtrak, this is always a great place to get some. In the original Atlantic Coastline days, the double track extended from here at Winter Park down to the south end of double track at Cayley Yard in Orlando. Between there, you had multiple industries between here and downtown Orlando, a couple stations and a few depots. So from here, we'll focus on some spots between here and Orlando. Halfway between Winter Park and Orlando is the curve at Virginia Drive. With residential apartments being built everywhere around the Sunrail line to promote commuting, this scene too has changed. From downtown Orlando, the A-line swings east out to Winter Park, with this segment being the beginning of Antique Row, one of my favorites. If you're ever here, you'll notice there are buried rails in the ground. This is the former Seaboard Airline route to Oviedo, where during the Seaboard Coastline days, I believe they had made a connection from the ACL line to Oviedo out of Sanford. Now much of the right-of-way is the Katy Way Trail. The main line here is ACL, but the branch is SAL, which came into downtown Orlando via Wildwood and Leesburg. here, this is pretty much the northern end of downtown Orlando, where there are two Sunrail stations, Link Central and Church Street. We'll take a stop at Link Central, then head west to one of Orlando's other railroads. West of Orlando, off the connection at Robinson Street, is the regional rail-owned Florida Central Railroad. This railroad operates 68 miles of track and serves the Orlando, Apopka, Winter Garden, Ocoee, Tavares, Mount Dora, and Umatilla. Their main line is the old Seaboard Airline route from Wildwood to Orlando via Leesburg. The line, known as the Orlando Subdivision, runs from Orlando up to Tavares and then branches off to Umatilla to the north and Mount Dora to the east in Sorrento. This will conclude part 1 of Florida's A-Line. Next part, we'll continue down from downtown Orlando on through Lakeland to Tampa. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, please drop a like, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe for more content and ring the little bell to be notified when I upload part 2 and other videos. Till next time, we'll see you guys out there.